Hello, and welcome to the first tutorial for XHTML. Before we begin, be sure to have available a plain text editor and a web browser. If you're reviewing the internet, you probably have a web browser. So let's go ahead by opening up our plain text editor and entering in the following. So go ahead and pause now and so you can enter the text, and then just unpause when you're ready. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and save our work to see what we did in the web browser. So click on the File menu, go to Save As. Then we're going to make sure we're saving it on the desktop for easy use, and on the Save As file type, select All Files. We're going to call it index.html. By selecting the All Files, we're allowed to name our own extension instead of the txt that it wants to do. Go ahead and hit Save, and if you did it correctly, it should appear right here. So go ahead and double click on that, and your web browser should pop up. So we see now what we did. We have this is a document title up here, and this is a document title up here. Then this is a heading, this is a heading, this is a paragraph. Then we have this right here, and well, it's kind of interesting to see. You know, we have all this stuff right here, and this is all we came up with. We're going to break it down and analyze it. We have, well, first off, these things are called tags. So this is a tag, and this is a tag, this is a tag. All these things are tags, and these are called two-sided tags. This is the opening, and this is the closing. If you notice, all this stuff is between the opening and closing, and that is where these tags come into play. So next tag down is the heading. The heading is what is in the document, but it's basically information about the document that's not actually in the body of the document. And things that are stored in the head tag are things like the title, as this is right here. So we have title, this is the document title, then notice how the closing looks. The closing looks just like the opening, except you got the slash here right between the lesson sign and the text of the tag. That signifies the tag's closing, and that's very important. Always be sure to close it properly. So then the head closes. And now we're going to start the body. So the body opens, and we have this H2, and this is the heading and H2. Well, the H tags, there's actually 6 H tags, and you know, I guess if you guess correctly, you have H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. There's no such thing as H7, there's no such thing as H0. But we had the H2 tag, so let's try the H1 tag. Be sure to change it on this side as well, because you're opening with the H1 tag, you have to close with the H1 tag as well. Let's go File and Save. Then once you save it, you can click Refresh, and hey, look, the heading got bigger. So you can pretty much conclude that the larger the number, or the smaller the number here, the larger the text will be. And then after that, we have this line here. Now we're gonna introduce a whole new type of tag. It's called a single-sided tag. So after the heading, we have this HR, and the HR tag is horizontal rule or horizontal line. So to make sure you know how to type that, it's HR, and there's a space right there, minus, or I mean the slash and the greater than sign. Hey, it is a single-sided tag, which means that it does not have two parts to it. It only has one, so it opens and it closes in the same tag. Now here's the thing, you can only do it with certain tags, like the HR tag you can only do it with. You cannot do it with the title tag, you cannot do it with the H tag, you cannot do it with the next few tags we're going to do. Because only single-sided tags can only be single-sided, and only two-sided tags can be double-sided. So now we got this. Now we got this right here, the P tag. Now if you notice, it doesn't close until all the way over here, but it still closes. And so everything in between is what's being affected. So first in the P tag, we have this as a paragraph. Now it's simple enough. Then we have a new line, and then we have this thing called BR. BR is actually a line break. And we're going to see right now what happens if we don't have that BR tag. So go ahead and highlight it and just delete it. And leave it like that. Go ahead and click File, Save, and refresh it. What happened? Well, actually, with HTML, it ignores all these enters, all the returns. So you can keep hitting that. You know, File, Save, refresh, and it won't do anything because it just ignores all these extra spaces. But for this exercise, we're going to keep this BR tag. So it's you know, less than sign, BR space, and the slash, and then the greater than sign. Click File, Save, refresh, and it should be on the new line. Then we got this weird tag right here. It's called the A tag. Now the A tag, I guess, as you could have concluded from here, is a link to google.com. We open here with the A, then we go space, that's a space right there, and href, or href equals. And this is crucial. Whenever you're naming an attribute, because href is an attribute, and this is a value. Whenever you're naming the values, they have to be in quotation marks. That's very important. And then we end the first side of the tag, and then this is what is being affected by the link. And then this right here, this is closing the A tag, so you're done with the A tag after that. And then after that, it's closing the P tag, and you're done with the P tag. And so then after that, you close the body, and you close HTML. I guess I didn't talk about the HTML tag. When pretty much the thing that the browser checks for is the HTML tag to see what kind of document it is, and when it says the HTML, the browser knows what it is and what kind of document it is and how to read it. So the HTML tag is important and pretty much the HTML head, body tags all have to be in there. So sorry this was a little bit condensed, I understand, but the thing is I didn't want to take more than 10 minutes because it really isn't a long lesson. So join me next time for lesson 2. We're going to be building a coffee shop website, and you know, some lucky person's going to get this website we're going to make who happens to own a coffee shop in Sacramento, California. So until then, I will see you later.